Hi, welcome back to the channel, FIFA Mobile. Alright, we have started top transfer. We may get this 98 OVR player. So if you just look at all the available contract choice points, it all adds up to 525, and that's the amount exactly required for 98. That's good news, right? And I'm going to warn you this, do not play against Liverpool, but rather play against another player itself, a human player. That will be so much easier on the bonus round. I'll come to that later on. So for a start, there will always be bonus points given, also called the negotiation points given to you, just 5 numbers. Alright, so this is the first screen you see in top transfers. Itself, usually what you see is a coin pack and of course the video that you can watch 3 numbers and you get additional energy. So do not waste your energy, get them and get going by playing all the skill games itself. Initially you may not need to buy the coin pack, so maybe you want to save them up. Who knows, maybe along the way it get tougher and we can need the coin packs to clear all those tougher skill games itself. So for this first set of skill games, are relatively easy. It's not new, you have played this multiple times, so basically just racing forward and then eventually do some kind of like a turn, and then that completes before the system white color barrel run faster than you. So that isn't tough. You've got more than sufficient time. So you definitely located with the best player that you have, or the so-called the best sprinter. Alright, the next one is a box wall. Again, this is not something new. If you hit the purple ones, you get immediately cross the stage. Otherwise, maybe 2 strikes of it, you should be able to do it. Alright, so do not be worried about this as well. Next one will be the scenario. Scenario is basically a random scenario that you can do 1-to-1 with the goalkeeper. So one goal itself, you're able to clear that easily, no problem at all. Let's move on. Without currency, just watch the 3 videos. You have sufficient currency to clear the rest of the skill games itself. Okay, so this is 1-to-1 again. Of course, another way is to wait for time to generate your energy, henceforth more energy for you to clear all these skill games itself. Alright, very quickly we have cleared this and earned some more of those transport points, and we're going next to pass and go. Again, this is not new. Basically just pass to another player and move forward and eventually just score a goal without a goalkeeper. Fantastic, right? Alright, very quickly let's move on to the next skill game immediately. Let's check out the next one. Again, some transfer point earned along the way. You get more and more of them, and eventually you get negotiation points. So negotiation point is a separate currency in this event itself. I'll explain more later on. So currently, again, this is just a barrel that blocks you. Always you shoot it above that barrel and you're able to cross this skill game totally, no problem at all. Next, let's move on to the next one, which is a passing triangle. Again, this shouldn't stop you from getting those negotiation point. The trick is basically you move on, you know the motion is you go around in 1 circle first, and then the second round itself you'll be passing back to the person next to you. Alright, that's about it. Alright, so no problem at all. Again, we have completed this, and not only we get those points, we will get the negotiation points itself. So there are 2 currencies so far you understood. Here is transfer point and negotiation point. That is another currency at this event, which is the contracts. Okay, so we'll come to that later on. In here you got SBC, many SBCs here. This SBC is basically for those rank up materials that you require to upgrade shots itself. So there's another set of SBC. We'll come to that much later. Let's not talk about this rank SBCs first. Let's move on to the next one. Here are the list of rewards. Of course, if you are paying customer, you are paid to win. The more you pay, more rewards you have, but unfortunately we are just free to play, so we only get a single line of rewards. Along the way there isn't any choice. You just use a progressive path. You can't move forward without completing the previous or the current one. So again, there will be something called the transfer point offer, which you need gems in exchange for. Definitely do not spend any at this juncture unless you really need it for something else. But at this juncture, I'm not talking about spending gems yet. We are still very early in the event itself. Let's see how far we move. Alright, so we hit the first contracts. Okay, so this is the 3rd set of currency besides the transfer points and the negotiation point. There's a currency, contract currency. So this contract currency, if you search along the reward path itself, you will note that there are various checkpoints where you can collect this currency. or so-called contract choice point. It all adds up after you reach the end of it, 525, and that makes us happy because we may be able to claim a 98 OVR, which is the total number of that contract points itself. So hopefully we're able to reach that. Okay, so now back to top trades, to talk about the other set of currency that we're talking about. Okay, so which is the, of course, this I don't think is for free to play, so it's quite unfortunate here we cannot get a container. So that is basically spending 5,000 contract choice points itself, but we are talking about 525 itself. Okay, so that's totally out of reach for us. So along the way there will be other players. Urge you do not to be urgently jumping into collecting any players at the first juncture. Always go for the maximum at the end of the event itself, and who knows, you may be able to get a 98 and then you may decide whether you want to use that player or not. Another thing to take note is that all these players come with rank up already, so you may wish to do a transfer of ranks before you sell them off in the market if you're not using them, especially those with a 3 rank up itself. Okay, so there's another trading window which gives you even more SBC. Do take note here is that there are various SBC available. I'll share more when I talk, maybe probably in the next video, but I'll urge you not to do the 5 elite players and the one below it. Okay, 4 of them, if you do, is a one time, whereas the last 2 is basically, I think, unlimited. The differences is here, the first 4 you have a rank 55 negotiation point, but the last one you have much lesser of 30 negotiation points. So I'll rather you focus on the 55 negotiation points, since you're spending money anyways. Of course you can use gems as well, but that's all up to you. We may stand a chance of getting this, I'm not too sure at this juncture. Apparently it's a daily basis, should be able to earn one negotiation pack itself, so I believe after 10 days we may be able to get that player. Let's see how it work out. Now assuming I claim this, I should be able to get the base reward, and who knows, sometimes you may get even more special rewards itself, because they are potential rewards. And after all this, you will claim this player, which is a 96 ST. It comes with 3 rank ups, and then you can do a rank transfers because sell him in the market. Probably I'll do one video on him subsequently. Alright, so now let's move on to this exhibitions that they are mentioning. There are 3 options. The first 2 options is against a human player. I will urge you to do that rather than choosing the third option, which is against Liverpool. Do not go against Liverpool. I think there's a wrong indication by EA to say that it is easy, but in fact it is definitely not. Okay, so I'm going to show you later on why I do say that it is not easy. Because okay, so now let's enter into the match itself. You just got to choose one of the team to fight against Liverpool. It doesn't matter which team you choose, or maybe if you are really good, you may easily cross this match with Liverpool. But I claimed to say that I'm really lousy in this. I played multiple times, easily I think 5 or 6 times. I didn't come close to winning them at all. The closest I get was a draw of 2-2. Unfortunately, there's no tiebreaker allowed, so that means you must get 3-2 in order to win Liverpool and claim that negotiation point itself. But it is not that as if you played this match itself against Liverpool, you get extra negotiation point. You get the same amount of negotiation point if you play H2H against another player. So why do you want to do it the hard way, which is against Liverpool? And it is definitely not easy. It's more of hard or towards extreme, because I do find that the rating for this team is wrong. How would you call this an easy match, whereby the best I could do is really just a draw? And of course the fact that there'll be a lot of biased referee play, and the defenders are going crazy, and the strikers are going gaga towards your goalkeeper, and they just strike it out. Okay, for this match itself, I didn't show you any of the goals that they entered. Of course, because I tried my best after a few rounds. That's the best I could do, which is to get a draw. But other matches, I'm not going to show you the embarrassment of I getting maybe 3-1 or even 4-1 itself. Alright, so play against natural players instead. Again, you have a choice of two. You can choose either one, doesn't really matter actually. Both of you will be the same OVR. It's not your own team, it is the team that is fixated for you. And with that, you can easily just win by 1 goal, and you have won this natural so-called a human player. So this is really the natural choice, I would say, to do with it. And along the way, if you manage to play like me, a lot of failures, you may get a stamina upgrade because of leveling up itself. Alright, I'm coming towards the end of this video. I hope you like it. Probably I'll do another one. See you soon. Goodbye.